Welcome back, y'all. See, I worked it in. I worked it in.
I got
it is Friday, so that means it's time for the Lose.
That's right, the Lose.
The
Thanks for
Louzader.
having me. That must mean it's Movie Friday.
It is.
Every day's a movie day, though, for me.
Yes, that's true. I don't know how you sleep or when you sleep.
I don't. So I do have to tell you, you know the faith-based, say that 10 times fast,
Yes.
Breakthrough, the true story from the St. Louis area about the boy falling through the frozen ice, basically close to pronounced dead. His mom basically pronounced him or prayed him back to life. It's really a nice, good movie. It really is.
Really?
And it is no surprise, I'm an edgier movie lover. If it's, if it's the more rated R it is, probably the more I'm going to like it.
The happier you are.
The happier I am.
But that is a good movie.
It really is, and I love a true story.
I do too.
And Chrissy Metz and Josh Lucas and Topher Grace did a great job.
Who is the one that's from This Is Us?
Chrissy Metz,
Okay,
the
that's
mom.
the one. Yes, the mom.
Yes.
Okay.
And there's great music from it, and Diane Warren did a song.
Oh, she did.
Do you know what that means?
Getting nominated for an Oscar?
Better than an Oscar. She could be somewhere in January.
The Critics' Choice Awards!
Oh,
You know I'm
wow.
going to cry if I get to meet Diane Warren.
Can't wait.
Oh my
Don't
God.
cry if you meet
Can't
her. Please
wait.
don't do that.
And then I want to tell you something that I started doing last night. I'm a judge for the Sato Awards. So they are happening. You can see the screenings this weekend at the Moxie. And so I did 2 rounds last night. I've got a couple more tomorrow and Sunday. So
Are these short films?
yes, it's the 48-hour film challenge. So you can go to moxiecinema.com, find out when.
And the time limit is 5 minutes.
5 minutes.
In 48
I know.
hours.
Everything I saw last night is subpar to iProxy, but
Our movie was so much better, we were robbed.
Yeah, we were robbed, but
We were robbed.
But the the quality has changed over the last decade compared to with the gear and everything.
I had an idea for us for next year, Chris, if we want to do it. What if we did it like Blair Witch Project and just did it one take, like it was real, and then the editing would
We talked about
The
that.
editing would be so easy.
Remember Scott, who we showed last
yes.
night? We talked about doing it like that.
How short can it be?
I saw one that was real short. It can be just no more than 5 minutes.
No more than 5.
Okay.
So, there's this tiny little movie coming out this weekend called Avengers Endgame. Have you heard of it?
Yes,
little
we have.
independent thing, a couple people have been talking about it, a few stars in it. And if you are, I have to tell you, I want to come from this angle. There are people that know everything about these movies and the series of them. And every frame and every shot and every trivia question. I am not that person. Then there are people that know absolutely nothing and do not care.
Me and Kelly.
Yeah.
Okay, so I fall in an upper middle area of these because I'm not a sci-fi lover. However, I am a superhero movie lover, and namely several of these superheroes, because I love Robert Downey Jr. and I love Chris Hemsworth. And so I just want to prepare you because, of course, Avengers Endgame is out now. And I don't want to tell you a lot about it because it'll spoil things. It is 3 hours long. It is 3 hours long. This is the Endgame. And it is epic and fantastic, so it will not disappoint if you're a fan. But if you need to see these movies, or at least, recall them, just to be ready. Iron Man, of course, started everything in 2008. Captain America, which was the first Avenger. Marvel's The Avengers. Guardians of the Galaxy, which is just fun. And Captain America Civil War. And then, of course, Avengers Infinity War. And if you're just going to see one before you see this, then see last year's Infinity War.
Okay.
Can I ask you a question without spoiling anything?
Sure.
I have not seen Infinity Wars. However, I do know through social media that people were like blasting it and saying that a certain thing happened, and I'll just say there were dust particles involved.
Well, anyone that cares has already seen that.
Okay, they've already seen that. Okay, some of them were vaporized and turned to dust.
Right.
That's what spoiler alert. So what happens to these characters come back to life? Is there some kind of science fiction way to reparticleize them?
Well, you can do anything in the Marvel universe.
In science fiction, yeah.
You can do anything in the Marvel universe. And also, I should say, as far as the people that are very extremist in this, I don't read the comic books.
Okay.
So to parallel those, I'm not a master. I do have a friend. His name's Chris too. I mean, he even has tattoos. But
Wait, I know Chris.
You know
Yes,
Chris.
I know Chris.
I mean, he is a master at these.
Yes, he
so
is.
sometimes I will say, does this jive? And I mean, he knows all of the ins
Do you
and
think
outs.
he would come on and school us on this? Do you think Chris
I
would come
don't know, he's
on?
pretty shy. He's
I know
usually
he's
behind the
shy.
camera.
Well, honestly, we should just watch some of these movies, honestly.
But really and truly, Infinity War really is good. It, to me, was the best, if you will. Like, I voted for it as best. And it was hard because Mission Impossible was in there.
know how you love that.
It was, because those are great action movies. And to choreograph action, that's a whole other topic.
Yeah.
But Infinity War was so good. So
Would it be a sin to, not having seen any of these except Captain America, go and see this movie? Would I understand anything, or do these all
I think
relate,
you
or how
would
does it work?
somehow pick it up. I mean, the chemistry of the characters and these particular actors is just great. I mean, towards the latter half of Infinity War, it was just sort of like a magic do. That's the best way to describe it.
I can see it, Chris.
It
When you
was just
describe
do.
it.
It was
there
just,
it
it
is.
was great.
Yeah.
So it'll be fun, and
I'm worried about us seeing it,
I
though.
was like okay about it, and now I actually am so excited that it's out.
You know what? Don't worry. As long as we got some popcorn, we're good to go.
And I've
That's
seen
true.
Chris Hemsworth,
That's right.
so there,
Yeah,
I've
yeah.
touched him.
I just think we'd be very confused. But that's for us. All right, coming up a bit later, it's TV trivia time. Ozarks Fox AM. We'll be right back. What confuses me, Kel, is like there's so many characters in one movie.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
Yeah.
why are they all together?